Hello people, welcome to my review for Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne is the fourth installment in the original trilogy and fifth installment in the Bourne franchise, and it follows Matt Damon, who was in the first three, trying to figure out more about his life. In case you don't remember, in the Bourne Identity, he woke up in the middle of the ocean with nothing on him except a little chip stuck in his body that had a bank account number. So he goes, redeems that, and then the whole franchise is pretty much about him trying to figure out his life. And it's all, and what he realizes is that he is a spy. He is a lethal assassin. So it's sort of him dealing with that throughout the entire franchise. Now, in case you didn't see my review, link in the description, I did review the three of these films, the Bourne Identity, Supremacy, and Ultimatum. And I am the rare exception where I preferred Supremacy over the other two, then Ultimatum, then Identity. And I was rare exception as far as that went. And, you know, this movie came out, Jason Bourne, it's the fourth installment, so I was very interested because I liked the original trilogy. So, I went in with interesting expectations because I wasn't really sure what to expect. Some of the reviews have been good, some of them have been bad. It's been a very mixed bag. And a lot of my friends have said that it's a really good movie, but a lot of the critics have said it's a really bad movie. So I wasn't sure what to expect, and I can say that I enjoyed Jason Bourne. I liked it. I didn't love it like I did Supremacy, and I didn't really like it like I did Ultimatum, but I liked it. It's a good movie. Again, something consistent throughout the three of these are three things: the action, the performances, and the score. And it was, yet again, those threes were some of the best parts of this film. The score was awesome, especially at the end, you know, where it always kicks in the classic Jason Bourne theme. Some of the action just looked completely awesome, and it was super entertaining to watch. And the performances for most everyone are really good. And actually, I think out of the entire trilogy, this may be Matt Damon's best performance. That sounds a little bit weird, but I think he may have done his best work in this one. I don't think many people are going to agree with me, but that's just my personal opinion. I thought that the movie is also very, very entertaining. You can practically just go in and be entertained by it. The second act does drag a bit and it loses entertainment factor there, but for the majority of the film, it's very entertaining. And both the opening and the first ending are very strong. They're very fun, they're very interesting, and you're invested, especially the opening. It just opens in a great way that makes you invested in the story almost right away. And there's a few new characters added. They are all really good. Alicia Vikander does a really good job as her role, where she, you know, just is having struggles picking which side she's on, and I did really like that character arc to her. And Tommy Lee Jones also does really good. He was really good in The Fugitive, similar role to this, and he was really good in this. Tommy Lee Jones is a great actor, so that's what you should expect. And the ending, I have mixed feelings about the ending. So, you see, there's multiple endings to this. It takes a while to end. And the first ending I found really cool and really BA and just an awesome ending. And then they go into an action scene, which you've probably seen in the trailers. It's the final action scene of the movie, and it gets completely ridiculous to the point that there's a SWAT car driving through a ton of cars and they're just flipping like this, and you don't even see humans inside of them. It gets insane at one point, and I just stopped believing it. So I did also have that issue with the ending, and also the ending as a whole doesn't know where to end. It's like four or five endings to this, and I really didn't like that. I don't like when a movie does that. Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King is an exception, but besides that, it's always been annoying to me in movies when they just can't seem to figure out how to end it. And also, this movie, as much as I enjoy it, it didn't need to be made. Sure, no movie in Hollywood has ever needed to be made, but it didn't do anything to this trilogy. It didn't invest anything into the Bourne franchise. They tried to, but I just didn't really change anything. It just was sort of there for action and performances, and I was hoping to get a strong story out of it, which I didn't really get. And there's also this subplot about technology. And I've heard some people say the subplot's good, some say it's bad. I thought it was quite bad. I thought that they didn't know how to edit it in there. I thought that they just randomly threw it in there, and you're like, oh, I was getting into the movie, and then you throw this in. And also, I know it serves to the story, but for the first little while, it just feels completely useless. And there's a few things that happen in it that are just sort of ridiculous. For example, in one of the first scenes involving the subplot, there's a character that says, don't worry, nobody will be watching you on this service. And then people give him a standing ovation for no reason. You don't get a standing ovation as easily as that. You gotta do something extraordinary to get a standing ovation. So I did have issues with that, but overall Jason Bourne is a good movie. It's an enjoyable movie, and I recommend you go check it out. As far as it goes in the Bourne trilogy, I'd say that still Supremacy, Ultimatum up here, and I'd say about this one and Identity are practically tied. So that is why I give Jason Bourne a 6.5 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review. I am Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.